Live in Western Oregon, this is NBC 16 Today.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us for NBC 16 Today. I'm Dane Wormlinger. It's good to be with you on this Friday, and we'll be taking a look at all of our top stories shortly. But first, we're going to check in with Genevieve Melzer in the Weather Center now. Genevieve, I can't believe we're here at the end of the work week already.
I know, Dane, we made it. And you know what? The end of the week was super beautiful, and we're tracking to see similar conditions today as well.
We'd like to hear that.
We're waking up to a lot of cloud cover out there. So here's a live shot of Roseburg because things are looking pretty nice over there. Not as much cloud cover as what we're seeing yesterday. We saw high 70s along the I-5 corridor, and that was a lot cooler than what we have been seeing, and that was really nice. We had quite a lot of cloud cover yesterday, and we're going to start to see that cloud cover this morning as well, impacting visibility this morning, and then we're going to see it kind of clear out later on your morning. Temperatures outside in the 50s and 60s, but we're going to warm up, and I'll tell you all about what to expect for your holiday weekend coming up in my full forecast. Back to you, Dane.
All right, Genevieve, thank you. And now we're going to take you live to our very own LSB. He's showing us what the traffic's looking like out there this morning. Currently, he's in Junction City driving there on dash cam, southbound on Highway 99. The roads are looking empty right now. We have very light traffic this morning, kicking off our 4th of July weekend. I'm sure more people will be hitting the roads as the day goes on, but so far, no reports of any accidents or delays out there. We'll continue to follow LSB throughout the morning and track that Friday commute. Breaking news this morning, American sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson has tested positive for cannabis, and she's unlikely to get the chance to compete for the Olympic 100-meter title in Tokyo later this month. According to one source, that positive test came at the U.S. Olympic trials right here in Eugene last month, where Richardson established herself as a gold medal contender by winning the 100-meter in just 10.86 seconds. A positive test during the trials would mean all of Richardson's results from the meet would be wiped out, avoiding her victory in the 100-meter final. The 21-year-old will appear on NBC's Today Show later on this morning. We'll continue to follow her story as more details are released. And we have new details this morning on an incident that left 2 men arrested and 3 officers injured yesterday afternoon. According to the Eugene Police Department, 1 man was caught stealing tools from the Home Depot on Seneca Road in Eugene. The man stealing tools was identified as Alfredo Viorado Castellan. He was apprehended shortly after escaping custody. And during the arrest, another individual identified as Tanner James Hobbensack started interfering with the arrest. This led to officers attempting to arrest Hobbensack, which prompted the individual to flee, and then later attacked officers in 3 different encounters, leaving 1 with a broken ankle. Both Hobbensack and Viorado Castellan were taken into custody and were charged.
From addressing our emergency needs to our shelter needs to building this plaza, we are poised to do really excellent work thanks to the investment by the legislature.
Eugene Mayor Lucy Venus celebrating $11 million used to fund several crucial programs here in Eugene. City leaders are planning to use the funding for several projects, and that includes the development of safe sleep sites. NBC's Angelina Dixon has more details on what else that funding will be used for.
The funding that has come from the state legislature this year is huge. I mean, and we are grateful for the legislature for recognizing the many different crises that we're facing as a community.
In a press conference with city leaders Thursday morning, they celebrated millions of dollars going towards projects and recovery initiatives in Eugene. The Riverfront Park is one of those projects and is still under construction. Phase 1 of the park is set to be finished in August of this year. And now a whopping $5 million will make it sparkle.
This $5 million is definitely going to help us reach a vision that the community had for the plaza. Without it, we would have a much simpler version of that, and this really allows us to elevate it and have some of the extra bells and whistles like a playground and potential artwork.
$350,000 will go towards a new police crisis and negotiation vehicle, in addition to supporting crisis management teams. It's their job to peacefully end critical incidents in our community.
It is not a tactical vehicle. As a matter of fact, we did a bill that will bar the use and acquisition of military-related style equipment to police departments here in the state of Oregon.
$2 million heads to the Eugene Springfield Fire Department to help grow their firefighter apprenticeship program. And $150,000 will help with broadband internet expansion needs.
Angelina Dixon reporting for us, and all these upgrades are something city leaders are thrilled was passed in the Oregon legislature. We'll keep you updated as these projects near completion. Well, local business owners are now voicing frustrations about property damage and houseless individuals on and nearby their businesses. As a result, these business owners are spending money on security systems. They're now looking to the city to make a change, but city leaders are working on long-term solutions for the homeless. The issues these owners are facing are causing some to consider leaving the area, and the Eugene Chamber says that would mean we lose jobs as well. Safety is a concern here for both businesses dealing with property damage and also for the homeless who are living in these industrial work areas.
We've been kind of seeing the slow growth of more homeless coming through, and we've been kind of patient. I feel sorry for them, the situation, but I'm looking to protect our business. I'm really concerned about the semis and the delivery trucks and affecting business. But we need to find a place for them that is safe.
And now some local businesses are trying to band together to fund microsites and create safe shelters. We also spoke with the Eugene Chamber of Commerce, and they're telling us this is a community crisis. The entire community as a whole needs to band together to make a change. The city of Eugene says they're actively working to identify 500 safe sleeping sites. They have new parking regulations that'll go into play at the end of this month to help create change sooner. We have links to those recent changes the council made on our website, NBC16.com. Well, for the 4th of July, a lot of people are thinking about fireworks, and recent hot temperatures right here in Oregon have fire officials on edge. In Douglas County, the fire danger is high and still climbing. Record-setting temperatures over the weekend dried out a lot of the potential fuel that could cause those fires. Restrictions are in place, and the Douglas Forest Protective Association is now asking you to celebrate safely.
The fireworks on forest lands is prohibited during fire season, as well as the use of exploding targets, tracer ammunition, and sky lanterns. So we want to have people, recreate, enjoy themselves, but do so safely so that we don't have any fires start.
Reed tells us there's about 1 or 2 small firework-related fires every year. Back in 2011, the Beals Creek fire was started by fireworks. It burned about 85 acres and cost about $250,000 to put out. More cities are banning fireworks. On Thursday, the city of Gresham banning the use of fireworks, effective immediately. The city council issuing an emergency order, and that will remain in effect until July 9th. They say it may even be extended if conditions warrant. Police can issue a fine up to $2,500 for violations. And the Clackamas County Board of Commissioners decided to ban fireworks in unincorporated parts of the county. On Tuesday, the fire district urged people not to use them due to the heat and dry conditions. Well, just last night, Lane County deployed a structure protection task force to the Rentham Market fire near the Dalles. They'll assist other crews who are still fighting the blaze there. As we speak, crews from the Portland metro area are still in Wasco County fighting the fire. At this time, it's burning 10,000 acres just south of the Dalles. It's now 38% contained. It's prompted level 3 go now evacuation orders for some people east of Dufur. And on the south coast, plumes of smoke filled the sky Thursday as a home in Winchester Bay caught fire and spread to other homes nearby. A viewer sending us this footage you see here, the flames intense. Luckily, everyone, including pets, were able to get out safely. We spoke to one homeowner who declined to go on camera, but said their family was having lunch when they heard a loud pop, and suddenly the backside of the house was on fire. Now, according to the Winchester Bay Rural Fire Department chief, it took about 2 hours to get that fire that affected 3 homes under control.
We have major damage to the structure and an attached building, and also some really minor exposure damage to 2 others.
Anderson says there were about 9 agencies from Florence to North Bend on scene helping there. The cause of that fire still under investigation. Turning Turning now to our coronavirus coverage. If you're planning to celebrate the 4th this weekend by taking a little vacay, be sure to pack your patience. Are you flying? Well, the TSA says more than 2 million people went through airport security checkpoints this past Sunday, and it expects to see even more travelers this holiday weekend. And out on the roads, AAA expects more than 43 million people to travel by car, which is about 1.5 million more than even before the pandemic. But it'll cost you. Gas prices are forecasted to stay above a $3 average throughout the summer. Another challenge is COVID. The highly contagious Delta variant has now spread to all 50 states, including D.C.
If you are vaccinated, you have a high degree of protection. If you are not, you should wear a mask, and you should think very seriously about getting vaccinated.
Mother Nature will present some challenges to some celebrations. It's expected to be dry and hot and rainy and muggy in the south and along the east coast. With COVID restrictions now lifted here in Oregon, you might not need to wear a mask to go into some businesses, but that's not the case with hospitals. NBC 16's David Ochoa reports.
Some people are excited to finally be able to go maskless indoors for the first time in over a year. But you can't show your smile everywhere just yet.
It's important to remember that for healthcare facilities, which includes hospitals, outpatient offices, potentially labs and imaging centers, right now we're still held to having mask mandates while you're in the facility, and also social and physical distancing.
Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg is still doing visitor and staff screenings.
That is a requirement still of CMS and the CDC. We're still complying with it. I know it is a bit of an imposition, but it is important given our vulnerable population that every day all staff and visitors are screened.
Douglas County and Mercy have seen a high number of COVID hospitalizations over the last few months. Gray tells me they see 8 to 12 COVID patients a day. That's more than they had 6 months ago.
Unfortunately, what we're seeing is the hospitalized patients tend to be younger now. It's the 20s to 40s, the 20s to 50s we're seeing now, and that's the group that is the least vaccinated.
This time last year, the average age of COVID patients in Douglas County was 86 years old. Now it's 47. I asked Dr. Gray if he was worried about restrictions being lifted when Douglas County still has such a low vaccination rate.
The concern is, with a large number of people who are still not vaccinated, that leaves a pool of people who can come in contact with the disease on that. So the best thing that one can do is to please get vaccinated.
Reporting in Douglas County, I'm David Ochoa.
Good information there, David. Thank you. And Gray expects the number of hospitalizations to go down as county cases slowly decline. Well, 2 studies have found the Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine provides at least 8 months of immunity and protects against the Delta variant. The company saying in a statement Thursday night, 1 dose of the vaccine elicits both a lasting antibody response and it also generates immune cells called T cells that last around 8 months. Well, separately, researchers studied blood taken from 8 vaccinated volunteers and tested it against an engineered version of the Delta variant and other variants of the virus. They found the single-dose J&J COVID-19 vaccine generated neutralizing antibodies against the range of variants. And earlier on Thursday, Johnson & Johnson saying a second or booster dose of its vaccine would not be necessary. Well, happening today, the 2021 Lane County Fair concert tickets are officially on sale. The Lane County Fair saying it's offering a full capacity concert series this summer, and that's based on the COVID restrictions that were lifted on Wednesday. Take a look at the lineup here. It includes some notable names, including Big and Rich and Nelly. The fair starts July 21st and will run through the 25th. Of course, for more information on how to get those tickets, you can head on over to our website at NBC16.com. A check on your time this Friday, it's 5:13. And next on NBC 16 today, after looking at the stats from last year, safety experts encouraging extra caution this 4th of July holiday around fireworks. Which age group sees the most injuries during the holiday?
We're waking up to a lot of cloud cover this morning, very similar to what we were seeing yesterday. So how hot is it going to get, and what does this mean for your holiday weekend ahead? I'll have all the details coming up.